Hello and welcome to today's video. So, over the past few weeks, we have learned how to calculate the perimeter of a shape. We've learned how to calculate the area of a shape. In particular, we learned how to calculate the area of a rectangle and a square. And we have also learned just recently how to calculate the area of a triangle. Now, this shape here is called a parallelogram. A parallelogram. And I'm just going to put a line under here. You can see parallelogram. And a parallelogram is a rectangle that somebody has, imagine they've just pushed it to the side. So imagine somebody is standing here and they just push this rectangle and it now is slanty like this. That's a parallelogram. Okay, a parallelogram is a rectangle that's been pushed to the side. And it's called a parallelogram because this side here, where I'm drawing the little arrow, and this side here, they are parallel. That means that these two lines, on the left and the right, they will never cross each other. They're like train tracks. They don't cross. They just run alongside each other. And these lines here at the top and the bottom, these are also parallel, so they never cross either. Okay, so it's a parallelogram is just a rectangle pushed on its side, and it's called a parallelogram because the top and the bottom are parallel, which means the lines never cross, and the sides on the left and the right are also parallel. They never cross. So now we're going to figure out I'm going to show you how to calculate the area of a parallelogram. And it says here, all you have to do is multiply the base by the perpendicular height. So perpendicular height, that means that you have to find out what the height is from here straight up to here. Okay? So with a rectangle, say we have a rectangle and we have B and we have A. For the area of a rectangle, you multiply A by B. Now, with a parallelogram, we don't do that. We don't multiply this side here by this side here. We don't do that. We multiply the perpendicular height, which means the height of the parallelogram straight up from the bottom to the top. I've just colored it in blue. So B stands for the base and H stands for the height, starting at the bottom and going straight up. All right. So let's have a look at some questions. So I'll just hide that. Now, these questions here, okay? You'll need a calculator. So you can use your phone if you're looking at this on your iPad or something, or you can borrow a calculator from somebody, or if you don't have your own calculator, you can borrow somebody's phone if they're not using it and use the calculator on their phone. Tell them that you won't be too long. It'll only take about 10 minutes to do these sums. So I'm going to show you how to do the first one, and then I'm going to get you guys to have a go at the rest. So the first one here, number 1, we are multiplying the base by the height. So let's find out what the base is first. The base is 20, okay? And the height here is 12. So now we know what the base is and what the height is. So all we have to do now is just multiply the two. So 20 multiplied by 12, which is 240. Now, this is 240, and what's the measurement? The measurement is centimeters. And when we're working with area, we always say centimeters squared. So that's how you find the area of a parallelogram. I want you now to do question 2 and question 3. I'll get you started with question 2. This is the base and this is the height. And I'll let you do question 3 all by yourself. So pause the video now, have a go, and then you can unpause it and even skip forward to the end to check your answers. And if you got it right, then you can move on. If you made a mistake, just skip back and see where you made the mistake. That way you can get through this video even quicker. So, pause the video now, have a go. Okay, hopefully you've had a go and you haven't gotten stuck. So the first one is B and H. So that is base multiplied by height. Base multiplied by height. Our base here is 9 and our height is 7. So all we need to do is multiply 9 by 7, which is 63. And here again, we're talking about centimeters, and it's centimeters squared. And actually, what I should have done was I like to always underline my answers so it makes it really clear what the answer is. Number 3, what I do is I'll multiply the base by the height. Now, what's the base? The base here is 15, and the height here is 11. They've tried to confuse you by showing you the height from here to here. But isn't that just the same as the height from here to here? Like if I drew a line here like this, that line is as long as this line. And they're just trying to confuse you by putting it outside. So the base here is 15, and then the height is 11. So what you do is take your calculator, write in 15 multiplied by 11, and you get 165, and that is centimeters squared. And again, I always get a different color pen and I just underline it, just so it's really clear where the answer is. Okay, a few more questions for you now. So, what I want you to do is I want you to try and do these for homework. They look a little bit different, okay? Because they've turned the parallelograms on their side. But it's the same thing. We just have to multiply the base by the height. So you have to figure out which one's the base, which one's the height, and then multiply them. And so this is going to be your homework, and I'll help you get started with the first one. The first one, I just have to select this page to write on it. The first one, this is the base, and this is the height. So I want you to have a go at the others all by yourself. Take a photo of your work when you've got it done and send it to me. I won't see you now until next week, or I won't be sending out any videos until next week. Those of you who are sending in work, great. You're doing fantastic. Have a great weekend, and hopefully the weather will be nice.